Hey guys, it's D again, back with another tutorial on how to make a mesh dress. So I made this dress last week, and most of you requested that I make a tutorial for it. I also posted on my Instagram on how you would like this dress to be, like whether you want it to be an open back or if you wanted the back to be covered, and most of you answered that the back should be covered, though some of you say that you would like the back to be open. So in today's tutorial I'll be making this dress with the back covered, but I will also explain on how to have it open. So as you can see, with this one I had added elastic to it. So if you make it with the back open, if you don't have elastic, you might have to make a long chain and figure out a way on how to tie it at the back. It's super duper easy, guys. All you need is 2 panels of mesh. They're both going to be the same as you can see on your screen, and I'll be showing you how to do the rest. So this is the dress that I have made in the tutorial. As you can see, this is super small. It's not for anyone. I just made a demo for you guys, just to take you through on how I had made the Rastafarian one. So everything else you might just need to adjust to your size. I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and please don't forget to subscribe. So we're going to start with a slip knot. Grab your 5.5mm hook. This is a demo for you guys, so I'll be making a small dress. So simply follow the instructions to make yours. So you're going to make that chain from your bust to your thighs. So I have turned 100 for this, and once you have your 100 chains, you're going to chain 3 more. You add 3 more chains, and then you're going to turn your chain like this, because we're going to work in these back loops. So these are the 3 chains that I have added. So turn the chain like this, then yarn over, and into that 4th stitch you're going to make a double crochet, and then chain 1, skip the next, and make a double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, make a double crochet into the next, and that's the pattern for this row. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet until you get to the end. So once you get to the end, as you can see, I have 1 stitch left, and what you're going to do is chain 1 and make a double crochet in that stitch. And your work should be looking like this at the end of it. Chain 4. The chain 4 is counting as 1 double crochet and a chain 1. So chain 4 and turn your work, yarn over, make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and repeat that pattern until you get to the very end of your work. So work your way around with the mesh, and don't forget to make your last stitch in this chain, in the very last stitch. So chain 1 and make a double crochet in the 3rd stitch. because we want to keep this straight. So if you skip it, it's going to curve in and it won't be straight. So now for row 3, you're going to repeat this row 2. So chain 4 and then turn your work, yarn over, make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and repeat. So get to the end, chain 1, end the row with a double crochet into that very last stitch that you have. I think it's the turning chain. So place there a double crochet and your work should look like this. So this is what we're making. We're just making a basic mesh pattern. This is a straight thing with just the mesh pattern on it. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to repeat row 2 and 3 until it's long enough to fit half of your hip measurement. So if your hip measurement is 30, then you're going to divide 30 by 2, and then whatever number you get is what you're going to make for these 2 panels. You make half of that number that you got when you divided the hip measurement. So I hope that's clear. So go ahead and make your 2 panels the exact same way, especially if you want it covered, covering the back. Yeah, you have to make it the same size. If you don't want it to be, if you want the back out, it means you're going to make half. Like you make this and it stops somewhere at the back, like here, let's say it stops there, and then this is going to be the part that goes around your chest, and then obviously your back will be out. I hope I'm explaining this well, but if you don't get it, feel free to ask me any questions and I'll help you out. Go ahead and make 2 panels, and then I'll meet you back once you have that completed and we continue with our work. So for me here, this is going to be the chest part. This part is going to be like around the boob part, and then this is going to be the part that goes slightly longer to the neck area. So what you're going to do is grab it and you're going to insert your hook in the stitch, in this stitch where the blue color is coming out of. That's where you're going to insert your hook, right there, and then attach your color, chain 1. I'm sorry, that's not a chain. Attach it very well, and then you're going to chain 3. So after your chain of 3, you're going to yarn over and you're going to go into this next row here where the stitch is coming out of, right here. Insert your hook and place there a double crochet, chain 1, and you're going to go into this next one where the stitch is coming out of, like this row here. So insert there your hook and make a double crochet and repeat with that. If I'm not explaining well, please just watch what I'm doing, and I'm sure you will also be able to make this dress because it's super duper easy. So end the row with a double crochet into this very last stitch, and your work should be looking like that. Chain 3 and then turn your work. So now we're going to make some decreases here. So you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2, you'll have 2 left on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, pull through 2, you'll have 3 left on your hook, and pull through all the 3 loops, and then chain 1, yarn over, make a double crochet on top of the next stitch, yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, and make a double crochet on top of the next double crochet. And now we're going to make another decrease in these last 2 stitches. So chain 1, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch and pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over again, and you're going to place your last double crochet into this chain, then pull through 2, you'll have 3 left on your hook, and pull through all the 3 loops, then chain 3 and turn your work, yarn over. So this time you're going to place here you're going to insert your hook into this next stitch and pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over again, insert your hook into the next, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and pull through the last loops on your hook, chain 1, yarn over, make a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, and you're going to make a decrease in the last 2 stitches. So what we're doing here is making this slightly longer. So chain 3 and turn your work, and you're going to make another decrease, insert your hook into the next and make a decrease like that, chain 1, yarn over, and make your last decrease here. So don't skip this very last chain, you have to place the double crochet, then pull through all the loops on your hook. So after this, what you're going to do is chain 3 and turn your work, and then you're going to make a decrease. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over again, insert your hook into the next, like that, and then this time you're not going to work into this very last stitch, so you're just going to pull through all the loops, and then chain 3, turn your work, yarn over, and make a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, yarn over, turn your work, and you're going to make a double crochet between the chain and the double crochet that you made, like that, chain 3, turn your work, and now we are making the straps. With the straps, you're going to decide whether you want them long, whether you're going to tie them or you're going to join them with the other piece. So you're going to do the same thing we did here on this other side. So I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. I'll make this the last one so they can be 6. So chain 3, turn your work, and cut the yarn. So we're done with this one part. So now we're going to work on this other side and make the same thing we did here. So go ahead and repeat what we did here. If you didn't get it, please watch that part again, and I'll meet you back once you have this completed. Okay, so by now your work should be looking like this. Please ignore the strands hanging. So your work should be looking like this at this moment. So this is what we were trying to create. I hope you get the better picture now. So the next thing we're going to do is make one row of single crochet with the color that you want. And I'm going to use blue to cover that area. And I'm going to start from right here where I stopped making the increases at. Chain one, and then you're going to make a single crochet in the same space where the chain one is, and then you're going to make 2 single crochets in each and every space. I'm making this as I weave in those ends. Make 2 single crochets. You can even make 3 if you feel that it's necessary, like you have to do it. So make your single crochets all the way around, and I'll meet you back once you have that completed. So you're going to make single crochets until you get to this point where we stopped making our decreases from, so yeah, go ahead and make single crochets until you get to this point, and I'll meet you here shortly. So once you get to the end making your single crochets, you're going to end the row with a slip stitch, and then chain one and cut. And now your work should be looking like this. You can try and pull this a little bit. So you're going to make your second piece the exact same way if you're making yours with the back covered. So here is mine. You're going to make sure that you're going to align it and make sure that everything is even. Actually, I'm going to join the white with the white, and then I'll join the blue from this side as well. So we're now going to join this side and do the same thing with this, but we're going to leave some space for our armholes. So you have to determine how much space you want to leave there and go ahead and join the rest. So you're going to make a knot on the color that you're using to join. So I have used the single crochet stitch, but feel free to use any stitch that you like. So chain one, and then you're going to go in that space, same space where the chain is, and make another single crochet. So what you're going to do is you're going to make single crochets in each and every space that you have. Make single crochets or slip stitches, whatever works for you. So once you get to the point where you think that the space left is enough for your armholes, you're going to make a slip stitch in that same space, then chain 1 and cut off and leave a strand to weave in later. And you can just pull it to make sure that everything is well and even. So you can either decide to tie this around the shoulders, or you can make it shorter and join it. I hope that makes sense. You can either tie or join it depending on your style. So you can now flip your work. So now this is the right side. And I have just a small tank top here made. So you can either decide to leave it the way it is or continue with the rest of the rows as I'll be showing in the video. Alright guys, so at this point your work should be looking like this. Mine looks like a simple tank top. So what you're going to do is reattach a yarn, and what we're going to do is really simple. So I'm going to attach my yarn from here where we joined from. So you're going to chain 4, that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to place a double crochet in this. You see these lines here, these lines, that is where we're going to be placing our stitches, like where this stitch is here, not in that space. So you're going to chain 4, yarn over, and make a double crochet, chain 1, do the same thing into the next stitch, chain 1, make a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, place a double crochet into the next stitch, and this is what you're going to repeat until you get to the end of the row. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all the way around. Once you get to the end of the row, you're going to chain 1 and slip stitch in the 3rd chain. Chain 4, turn your work, yarn over and make a double crochet on top of the next stitch, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next stitch, chain 1, double crochet on top of the next double crochet, and repeat that all the way around. And this is basically the row you're going to repeat. Change the colors in the way you want to, and until you get to until your dress gets to the length that you want, and then you will be done. I'll meet you back to show you what I have. Okay. 1 double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet, like that all the way. So once you get to the end here, you're going to chain 1 and then slip stitch in the chain 3. So as you can see, I have made 1 2 3 4 rows of white, and I have added 3 rows of my blue color. Feel free to make as many rows as you want. I just wanted to show you the picture of how to make this dress, and I hope you found this tutorial useful. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comment section below if you have any. So now we're going to make our last row. So once you get to the end of the row, you're going to chain up 3, yarn over, and you're going to make 1 2 3. You're going to make 3 double crochets into the next space, and then go direct into the next one and make a single crochet. Go into the next space and make a single crochet as well, and then chain 3, yarn over, in that same space make 3 double crochets. That's 1, that's 2, and 3, and then single crochet into the next space, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, yarn over, back in the same space, make 3 double crochets, single crochet into the next space, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, back in that same space, make 3 double crochets. And that's going to be the last pattern that we make. That's how it should look. So go ahead and do this until you get to the end of the row. So once you get to the end of the row, you make the first single crochet into the next space, and so once you get to the end here, all you're going to do is make a slip stitch, chain 1, and then cut off the yarn. And that's it. And that's how it will look. Try to stretch it a little bit. And with this being done, then the whole dress is complete now. You are done with it. So I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, guys. I know it was super simple. So I'll see you all in my next video, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video if it has helped you. Alright, see you all in my next video.